Hi, my name is Alisha Luna and I do not leave home without cartoon. Just kidding, my name is Lianne Texeira. I'm a writer, actor and creator of Alisha, and I'm here with the team of Webfare.live. So I was always into theatre and I joined art school first, and then I decided that I should join film school because I want to learn about film appreciation and acting and also writing. So I did all that in film school at the Whistling Woods in Mumbai, and yeah, that's how it began. And then I started auditioning and doing ads. That's how the journey started. I basically used to pay my bills by modeling and doing commercials and prints. I was still in film school while I was doing it, so it was a part-time thing. It was never my passion in the sense I enjoyed doing it for a certain period of time, but then after that I wanted to do like bigger things. So when I used to be in the vanity vans and I used to chill before our shots are taken, while we used to do commercials, I used to write. Like, oh, that's where I actually began writing scripts, where I started like just putting out bulletin points of what ideas and concepts I have, while the other models would like talk about like random things. I would sit in a corner and I would just write. And that's how I realized that I don't want to do ads right now. I actually want to get into writing eventually. I always loved fashion. I used to blog and I used to do a lot of fashion films while I was in Bombay. And I think it was a sort of amalgamation where I love detective stories. I love Agatha Christie and Sherlock Holmes and like Nancy Drew and everything. So I think I wanted to incorporate both these elements into a narrative which I was pursuing. I applied to do to start a channel, a YouTube channel called Mermaids Wear Mascara. That's how I began my journey with Culture Machine. I just went to their office, and over there, one of the creative heads met me, and he was like, "Hey, will you act in this? Will you act in that?" Like, you know, and that's how it began. Like, I just went for a couple of short films and sketches for being Indian and Blush. Then I started doing full-fledged fashion videos for Blush, makeup videos, even though my makeup was terrible. And then I decided, like, why don't I just pitch this idea to them? And by the time I was already writing, you know, I had already finished around 5-6 episodes. And then I just went and had a meeting with them, and I had this whole presentation of how it should be, and they just said, yeah. Alisha was like the first web series which put Blush out there and got everyone interested, got all the followers, and then they started making some amazing content. I think it's also the audience, and it's also, I think we need to like expand our horizons. Really, we need to come up with, you know, some niche content. Everyone is doing the same thing again and again in different forms, you know. I think like we need to come up with different ideas and explore different cultures around here. We have a lot of stories to tell. We need to explore the horror genre. Absolutely, there's no horror series I've seen right now in India. Anyone can pick up a pen, anyone can write something and put out a sketch over there, put out a short film and get recognition if it's good enough, you know, to get out there. I mean, there are a lot of short films that have come up which have actually inspired filmmakers in Bollywood, and they're making features out of it. So that's great. I mean, people have the opportunity to just upload something they create, and I think that's how it should be. Everyone should be given a fair chance, and that's what the web space is doing right now. I like what Girlyappa is doing right now. They are doing a couple of shows, fact, I've worked with them, so I know that they're doing like some really amazing content. Um, Other than that, Blush has come up with Mothers and Daughters, which was a brilliant concept, which I really liked. They also did Unblushed, which was really good. I like Terribly Tiny Talkies. I think they come up with really nice content, and it's simple but it's made well. And then there's also the large short films that have come up with some good content. I have been writing. I've been writing 2 shows. I'm writing 1 feature. I did a Girly Appa series. I had written a Girly Appa series, and then I'm doing another one with Blush right now. And at the same time, since I love fashion, I started my own jacket line. It's called Feisty Lou. So I've been working on that as well, collaborating with brands and just pursuing that as well. I think a platform like Webfare.live is great because we don't have much of that going on right now in terms of reviews and curating content, especially in the web genre. It's not happened, so that's great, and it's amazing for newcomers and filmmakers who want to put their work out there, and it gives us an opportunity for our work to be recognized and honored. So that's amazing. I'm excited. I didn't know that there is such things. Like, I mean, I know there is 1 or 2, but that's great if that's happening.